Everything that we do, regardless what the situation and circumstances, is based on your attitude. It's based on your attitude. You can turn an extremely bad situation into a situation of gold if you make the right choice. Now, one thing that I learned from the good doctor here is that it's two important words. They have the same number of characters, the same spelling in each word, the same spelling, but they mean something totally different. Bear with me for 1 second.
Wow, I like that.
I don't have to ask anybody if they know what these words are. Let's throw them on board. When you are confronted with a situation, many of us immediately react. I mean, the first thing that comes to our mind, we do it. We hit, we say bad things, we do things, we react. And sometimes reacting will get you in trouble where you might not be able to be helped. Might not be able to be helped. So reacting comes from, just like I mentioned, the emotions. Oh, they bumped into me. I went boom. Reach back, hit them in California, go to jail. Doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong. React. And words that comes out of our mouths, once we release it, we cannot take it back. And we all know words hurt. You can say you're sorry all you want. Why not think about it? Think about, when something is encountered. I like to think that most of us, at least after today, are going to understand that we have two choices. Reacting, impulse. But if we use the other choice called creating is allowing yourself to take that additional 1.2 seconds or whatever before you make that decision. If you sit back and think about it before you react, 4 or 5 different choices are going to come your way. And you might see the situation a little differently. Like that person bumped into you because somebody pushed them into you, or whatever the situation might be. So, reacting, we want to get away from that. That's more of the fleshly side. Create, that kind of takes you into your intellect. You get an opportunity to reevaluate this. You get an opportunity to save yourself, your parents, everybody, a whole lot of trouble. So, I encourage the new generation, the generation that was born in 2000 and above. This is your world. Struggles. Sometimes there is no struggle. There is no struggle when we think we got major problems. Also want to encourage you that, from the emotional side, yes, you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your heart. You have to protect your thought process. From the intellect side, you want to think about everything before you do it. I mean, you get that quick second to think about it. You know, you guys remember a cartoon character where you had the red guy on the shoulder and the green guy posing like a devil, and you know, I put that in more of the wheel. It's kind of like Sigmund Freud, and the scholars in here, or you will be, you will be soon. Sigmund Freud talked about the id, ego, and the super ego. You know, so in doing that, most of the stuff from the decision-making standpoint come from the super ego side. Meaning that this little guy on your right side, the red guy, I want to punch him in the face. Yeah. Call him this. Guy over here, the green guy said, hey, no. You might want to think about that one a little bit. Think about, no, it's not really that bad. Wherever your heart is at, wherever your attitude is at, wherever you have conditioned yourself, that's what you're going to let take over. And if we make the wrong choice too many times, it's hard to come back. So I encourage, listen to your parents, listen to your teachers. When you have a problem, it doesn't matter how big or how small, if you can't deal with it with yourself, go and talk to somebody. Talk to your buddies. Talk to me. I'm going to tell you the truth. But, you know, just don't try to deal with these things because we all have struggles. We all have struggles. So, I'm going to leave you guys with what I always call the HIE, the HIE theory. HIE stands for, and this would kind of keep you away from some of those potential problems. HIE stands for honesty, integrity, and most important, ethics. Honest. If you're going to stay away from problems and stay away from the emotional side, you first have to be honest with yourself. If you cannot be honest with yourself, you can't be honest with nobody. I mean, if you sit back lying to yourself, well, I didn't do that. Yes, you did. I didn't do it. What? You did. If you did, you did it. Be honest with yourself because you are the only one to know, right? So, in order to walk down that path, you know, where you're going to have a plan and a focus, you have to be honest with yourself about everything that you do. Integrity. Integrity is, if you tell someone that you're going to do something, do it. If you're not going to do it, don't tell them you're going to do it. A lot of people are just pathological, not going to do what they said they're going to do. And I'm not going to call them liars. But you can only get away with that maybe one or two times. Then everybody's going to start looking, oh, she said that. And that might be the time that you ready to do what you're going to say. So if you tell somebody you're going to do something, do it. Keep your word. Keep your word. If you know you're supposed to do the chores, your homework, this, that, and you done told your parents, you done told your teachers, do it. Last thing is ethics. Society has a list of ethics that we must be governed by. And to me, that's a low standard of ethics. I believe that we all set a high level or standards more than just society. You can meet society ethics. But if you set a higher level for yourself, you don't have to worry about getting in trouble. And ethical standards, I mean, sometime in ethical standards, society standards, if you drive, we all break the rules when it comes to driving and stuff like that. But we cannot break the rule of life. We don't want to break the rules of life. So ethical rules is doing the right thing. Doing the right thing all the time. Even when you're the only one in the room. You do the right thing when no one else is looking. Case in point, my wife. I love my wife. Sometimes we go to the supermarket and you have these buggies and you put the food in the car, you ready to get out of here. I start to put the buggy right by the car. My wife give me that look. And then she get out and come and grab the buggy. I know I got that. I got to push it back. But the thing is that's a little minute thing, but we want to get in the habit of doing the right thing. Because my grandson mentioned to my wife one time she took him out shopping. He was like 6 at the time. She put the groceries in the car. She was getting ready to leave the grocery thing there. But she took it, and my grandson said, "Well, Grandma, I was just waiting to see if you're going to do the right thing." People are watching you, whether you know that or not. They're watching. And it's not just from a people perspective, but it's from a life perspective. So, to sum this up, anything that we do, we want to dream big. Dream big, dream big, dream big. We want to think big. If you got some small thoughts, you can just do that anytime. But most important, be big. Be able to step back when trouble arises. Think about it. Your emotions, your intellect, your will. You can do it. Thank you very much.